Previously?
I'll upload the photo of the forbidden tree to the time machine, which will then search history for a time and place where it used to grow.
This is not the place I saw in my vision.
It may not be the time either.
A lot has changed since the calamity.
Isn't it astonishing how much he looks like Jaden?
Don't be fooled by his appearance.
My powers failed again, and now someone has to go out there and look for help.
It was very unwise of you to leave your injured mother there all by herself.
Don't move.
I will alert the ageless sage, and you should come with me.
I'll join the rescue team.
The magic realm as you know it no longer exists.
You mean not yet?
No.
I've been waiting for this moment ever since it happened to me. It's going to take time to process all this. Do you need anything else? I don't need anything. Didn't ask for this either. I know, we've always preferred coffee, because it made us feel like adults despite not looking the part. But when the tropical regions of our planet ceased to exist, so did coffee beans. How did this happen? The time I'm from is currently struggling with global warming like never before, so how can there be an eternal winter in the future? When the magic realm broke apart, it affected the entire world as we knew it. The forces released by the explosion were strong enough to push Earth out of its orbit, further away from the Sun. Luckily, we're still inside the solar system, so life can continue. It's just colder, the days are longer, and we barely see the sun anymore. The calamity. Exactly. Not what you were expecting to find at the other end of Elise's wormhole, I suppose. It definitely wasn't what I expected back when it was my time. Tell me about your time. What exactly happened to make the magic realm explode? What can I do to prevent this future from becoming my future? Nothing. You will soon discover that time is not a toy you can play with as you see fit. Even if you stop the event that caused the calamity in my past, another will take its place, and if you stop that too, yet another will, and so on.
Have you ever wondered why, with the existence of time travel, no one has ever used it to go back and fix what once went wrong? Well, surely somebody has done just that. Maybe Hitler wasn't originally the man who started World War II. Maybe the original instigator was killed by a time traveler and replaced by Hitler in an altered timeline, and we just don't remember that because our memories were affected by the changes in history. No matter how you look at it, time will always find a way to protect itself against people messing with it.
So that's it then. I'm supposed to just go back to living a life that will soon go to a frozen hell, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. You can still enjoy the time you have left with your family and friends, because most of them won't survive the calamity, and those who will eventually leave you too. We are the only ones that are truly ageless. What do you mean by that? Tiamo is a vampire, he should be ageless too, like me. Yes, our brother was a vampire, and one of the few who survived, but he had done something prior to the calamity that would eventually result in his downfall. He went insane, started killing people for fun because it was the only entertainment his broken soul could still enjoy, and spent the last years of his life lonely and miserable. Until I ended his suffering. You killed him? He was already dead when I last saw him, just an empty shell, with nothing left of the person he used to be. It was the only mercy I could grant him. Someday, when it's your turn, you will understand. No. You and I aren't the same. I would never kill my brother, and so I will never turn into you. I know this is hard. Fuck it, I don't want to hear it. Just tell me one thing, and then you will never see me again. When will it happen? What year? It's been a very, very long time. I don't remember the year, but I can give you a hint. Has a child been born to a man in your household? There is only one man in my household, the one you killed, and no, he doesn't have a child. Then the calamity is still years away, at least if it's the same one that I remember. Do as I suggested, and enjoy the time you have left with your family, before it's too late. You may have given up, but that's your problem. I will find a way to fix this. I wish you luck.
Ageless sage, what do you want me to do next?
Follow her. She'll need someone to answer the other questions she still has, and that she won't ask me for obvious reasons. I know it, because I've been her.
And about that other thing we discussed.
Feel free to go.
Are you sure?
I just told my past self to enjoy her life before the calamity, something you never got to experience. You've served me well for many years, now it's time to put your own needs first.
Thank you.
So, my family and I didn't actually travel to the past. We traveled to the future.
From your perspective, yes. To me, this is the present, and the only time I've ever known.
And those magic thieves, if I get this straight, they have developed special weapons that allow them to absorb the magic of any witches they kill. But if they need magic so bad, why don't they just ask the ageless sage for it? That's what my mother did in her time, and her wish was granted.
For reasons I can only speculate on, the ageless sage these days either can't or refuses to bestow the gift of magic on newcomers who wouldn't have time for it anyway, because we're all too preoccupied with sustaining our somewhat stable society. As a result, there are only very few magic users left, including descendants of witches who survived the calamity, people who were alive back then and somehow still are, and those who ate the forbidden fruit to become vampires.
About that forbidden fruit,
This is it. I hope we're not too late. Tiamo, are you absolutely sure that this is where you left your mother?
it's Tiamo, and yes, she was bleeding on the floor where she got shot, and I just found our backpack upstairs.
Well, she's not here anymore, so either she left to look for help herself, or the magic thieves came back for her after all. I'm honestly not sure which is worse, but if the magic thieves abducted her, at least she might still be alive.
So there's a chance they didn't kill her for her magic.
If that was what they wanted, they could have done it right here. But from the look of things, they could be pursuing much more sinister plans.
Is there a way to find out where they took her?
If they did take her, then we already know where she is. Getting there won't be a problem. Getting her out on the other hand. Reese, where are you?
What just happened?
Hush.
Over there.
Oh no.
Unholy crap. Did a wolf do this?
No. I'm afraid we're dealing with something much, much worse.
Should we go back inside?
You know better than that, Billy. A ladder won't stop this creature, neither will a door. Stay alert.
Mum, please be safe.
Oh, you're awake. Good.
And you are? Secretly a fan of the tiny brand, or what's with that weird outfit?
We have so much to talk about, and I don't even know where to start.
You could start by telling me where we are, and what happened to my injury. Wait, are we dead? Is this the afterlife?
No. We're in 22nd century Strangerville.
What? Watch out.
Don't even try to use your powers against me. The technology in my suit nullifies any magic.
Elise, what's going on?
She can't answer the question, but the mayor can. And he's expecting you, so quit the useless chatter and get dressed.
I know it's a lot to take in.
Amen to that. Our Jaden clone is as charming as ever. And who's that mysterious mayor?
I haven't met him yet either, but from what I understand, these people need us for something, and that's why they put you in that machine, to heal your injuries.
Remind me to steal it when we get out of here, but I'm afraid we'll have to talk to the motherfucker in charge first.
About time.
What's the hurry? Whatever your mayor needs us for, we could have discussed it already if you hadn't decided to let your shotgun do the talking.
Back then I didn't know who you were, but you seemed to take that blast rather well.
You attacked my daughter first, and I want you to know that you're not going to get away with that. As soon as I get the chance, I'll turn you into a garden gnome and smash you to pieces.
Charming. But you won't get another chance at using magic except to help my people.
We'll see about that, Rainbow Suit.
Hey, what's Barani doing here? Is this your mayor?
They used to be, until they disappeared years ago. How do you know them?
Them? Okay, time to answer the age-old question. Is Barani a man or a woman?
Both. And neither. In our time, sex and gender no longer have the same meaning as in yours. But the new mayor is a survivor from your time, and he identifies as 100% male, if that makes it easier for you.
We'll see.
Mr. Mayor, your guests are here.
Perfect. Thank you, Athena.
A bleach freak?
My name is still Nathan Knudsen, or just Nathan these days. And you haven't changed at all. When Athena told me about the people they had encountered in the forest, I didn't believe it at first, but I had to be sure, and it's really you. I saw you die. I am Mammini. And you, Elise Donovan, you suffered a fate even worse than death, forever trapped between the realms of existence and non-existence.
What do you mean by that? I don't know you. How do you know me?
Doesn't matter. What's important is that you're here now, alive and well.
I never expected that you of all people would end up becoming the leader of whatever this is.
A lot of things happened in the last century that nobody could ever have expected. Life changed after the calamity, as you've probably noticed, and so did society. We do what we can to stay alive.
It doesn't look like you're struggling at all. This sheltered city in the middle of a nice desert? Impressive. And these fancy-looking suits seem to be doing more than just glowing in the dark.
They're equipped with technology to regulate the body's temperature, monitor its functions, and identify potential health problems so they can be properly treated before becoming a threat. Disease and disability are a thing of the past.
So you seem to have everything you need to survive. Where do we come in?
There are things in this world that technology can't do. We need magic to restore the world to what it once was, a simple fact that the ageless sage and I agreed on shortly after the calamity took everything from us. We worked together for a while, but then the sage suddenly decided that magic was the root of all our problems and that continuously using it to make our situation better would only end up making it worse instead.
And when the sage wouldn't help you anymore, you resorted to kidnapping other witches to do so against their will.
Against their will? How can making the world a better place not be in everybody's interest?
If what Athena told me is true, the world is in its current state because of a change in our planet's orbit around the sun. No amount of magic can fix that.
But it was magic that caused this catastrophic event in the first place.
Then maybe the ageless sage is right, and magic is indeed the problem here, not the solution.
You're starting to sound like the previous mayor shortly before they abandoned us to go looking for a better place. But there is no better place, at least not on this planet, until someone makes it better, and you're going to help me do just that. So take your wands back and get to work.
There you are.
Leave me alone.
Are you sure? Because someday, you and I will become best friends.
Don't confuse me with her. We may look alike, but we're not the same. No matter what happens, I will never turn into her, and if you're only here to tell me otherwise, go fuck yourself.
Actually, I'm here to ask you a favor. When you and your family return to your own time, will you take me with you?
What for? Are you afraid I might change things in my present to avoid this terrible future? Because rest assured that I will at least try, whether you come with us or not.
Not everything about this world is terrible, you know. She has told me about your time, that you're struggling with global warming, shady politicians running the world's most influential countries, and a certain kind of criminal that is the nastiest of all. I think she called them phone salespeople. I'm not even sure though, I've never met one, because they no longer exist in my world.
What about the part of the story where she kills her own family?
You have to understand, there are things we have no control over, like old age. Vampires don't struggle with it physically like mortals do, but their sanity starts slipping after a few centuries. Everything comes to an end eventually, and in your brother's case, it happened a little faster than usual.
She said something about that. But why? What did he do to deserve that?
He ate a fruit from the forbidden tree.
So?
The forbidden fruit is called forbidden for a reason. It turns mortals into vampires, creatures of the night who feed on the life essence of others so they can live forever. Their innate tendency to go against nature and destroy life is something ancient witch hunters used as a justification to kill them. And eating the forbidden fruit when you're already a vampire only increases those destructive tendencies, speeding up your transformation into a wraith.
A wraith. What the fuck was that?
Speak of the devil, that's the sound of a wraith. And our clue to get out of here.
No, we have to find Tiamo. He joined the rescue team that went after my mother. They might still be out there, and if eating a forbidden fruit is what will cause his downfall, we'll just have to stop him from doing that.
That scream.
Keep running.
You said it's a deranged vampire. I'm a vampire too. Maybe I could talk to it.
No, this one is too far gone, and your powers will be useless against it.
Charmaine.
Don't get distracted. Whoever it once was, it's no longer that person.
Alan.
Run!
Damn it.
What are you waiting for? Go!
Wait, this is Sylvan Glade. And there's the forbidden tree. Why am I so weak?
Whatever you're planning, it's not going to work. If it only took 2 witches to save the planet, don't you think someone would have done it by now?
What it takes is a witch who is also a brilliant scientist, and that's where Elise comes in. Athena, take her to the top floor. Aya, you follow me. I have a different task for you.
Don't get your hopes up. I may be a brilliant scientist, but I'm not much of a witch.
You did use both science and magic to build a fully functional wormhole generator, the remains of which were recovered from your house after the calamity. Mayor Barani studied and expanded the concept, but couldn't get past the one missing key component that is required to get it to work: magic. You've done it before, you can do it again. Take a look at the sky.
Oh, my dog.
A wedding photo. Nice. But is this really you, or is it just another one of your famous photoshops?
There was no need for that anymore when this photo was taken. After 27 years of questioning the purpose of my existence, my life got turned upside down, but in a good way. I became a vampire, I got a job, and I met this wonderful woman who would later marry me. Then the calamity happened, and I lost everything, including her. But now that you are here, I might get another chance at love.
I'm flattered, but you're not my type. And if you think you can win a woman's heart by kidnapping and mistreating her, you should stop taking advice from early 21st century romance novels.
I want you to bring my wife back.
Okay, maybe you should stop reading zombie fiction too while you are at it.
This so-called wishing well isn't fiction. The ageless sage has told me everything about these things. They're portals to the realm of the dead, who are only a coin toss away and, once summoned, can grant wishes. Of course, I've tried wishing my wife back to life, more than once actually, but it always backfired and ended up making my situation worse in the long run.
And what am I supposed to do about that?
Something you've done before. You created your own pet familiar by conjuring up a soul from a well like this and making it possess a vessel.
Sounds good in theory, but you'll never get your wife back that way.
Why not?
Where do I even start? First of all, I didn't pick the soul that later became my pet familiar, it was a random catch. There's no guarantee that your wife hasn't moved on from the realm of the dead, but even if she's still there, the chance of catching her soul amongst millions of others is rather slim, and she will most likely forget everything about her past life upon possessing a new vessel. Which brings us to the next problem. What kind of vessel did you have in mind?
It's right behind you.
Is that your wife's corpse in there?
She froze to death after the Earth started moving away from the sun, and I simply kept her body frozen. It's perfectly preserved in that capsule, waiting to be revived. So what do you need to make that happen?
Did you hear what I just said? You've got her body, fine, but that doesn't solve all the other problems. The best I can give you is a living person that looks like your wife, but isn't really her. Is that what you want?
No, but you're a witch. If anyone can bend the laws of nature, it's you, so find a way to do it. I'll wait. I have all the time in the world anyway.
This is never going to work. It's way too risky.
Why so negative? Don't you have faith in your own abilities? We built a giant version of your machine in outer space that we can control from here, and the destination is already set. All we need to do now is generate a wormhole, move the planet through it, and we'll be closer to the sun again in no time.
There's no way you have enough exotic matter to stabilize a wormhole of that size for the amount of time it takes an entire planet to pass through, not to mention the problem with ordinary matter destabilizing it yet again upon contact.
So, you have magic. Use it to solve those problems, as you've done before.
On a much smaller scale, and I already told you I'm not a very powerful witch. Listen, the calamity might have been the end of the world as people knew it back then, but if we go through with this and fail, it will be the end of the world, period.
But if we succeed, it will be a new beginning. And it's only fair that you're here now to help us save the world. After all, you were the one who doomed it in the first place.
What?
That's right. You're one of our history book's most well-known villains, Elise Donovan, on par with men like Hitler. But the thing is, Hitler merely started a war. You caused the calamity.